These dogs, like for some reason, have like Google Maps installed on them and just go and immediately tackle the freaking mom off of the cliff. Like, how? Now, in my life, I've seen a lot of haters, but man, the 2021 version of Cruella was one of the biggest haters I've ever seen. Growing up, I only heard about the version of Cruella that, you know, skins her dogs. At the time, I remember people were like completely shitting on that movie, so I just ignored it. But I wanted to see why was there so much hate for this movie. I'm surprised that this movie got a bunch of hate, because honestly, Cruella is a hell of a fun villain. Well, quote-unquote villain. She's more like a petty villain. This movie was set in around 1900s Britain, where you can literally see the freaking old ass cop cars. Directly from the jump, you could already tell that something was off about this kid, because already as a kid, she's already tweaking out. She's already causing so much trouble at the school she was. She literally got kicked out. Her mom had to contact one of her old employers at a mansion to see if the Baroness could take care of Cruella. But anyway, Cruella follows her mom and the Baroness in the mansion, and she already got caught, and she's already freaking running away, making a bunch of freaking noise and attracting attention on herself. And what's crazy, the Baroness is a generational tweaker. She has these Dalmatians, and I guess the Dalmatians in this movie is just to cause a bunch of chaos. They're like hunting dogs for some reason. The Baroness, she like summons these freaking dogs with a whistle, and these dogs, like for some reason, have like Google Maps installed on them and just go and immediately tackle the freaking mom off of the cliff. Like, how? That's insane. Just off of that, the kid already has a bunch of freaking trauma. She had to go and run away to evade the freaking police because she was a runaway, and it was still an orphan because both of her parents are 6 feet under. So what she does, she goes and see a bunch of other orphans, and these two become the ride or dies. We flash forward like 15 years later. You can already see them steal a bunch. These are some thugs. They be pickpocketing off the subway and buses. They be stealing materials just for the love of the game sometimes. In this movie, the Cruella, her actual name is Estella, and the Cruella like side, think about Norman Osborn from Spider-Man, how he has the Green Goblin side that's just like telling him to just do the most devious things on a daily basis. It's similar. But anyway, this movie is like mostly centered about like fashion. It has a shit ton of outfits, dresses, suits. It's like a lot of punk influences. As for the hating, the Baroness, she has like this whole like fashion company, and Estella wants to go and work for the Baroness to infiltrate the ranks, to get slowly closer and closer to her. She does this by being a sketch artist, but before that, she was able to get a job as a cleaner, and man, I don't think no amount of money could let me allow such freaking disrespect from people like this. Like, there was this, his boss was such a fucking piece of shit. I would clock this guy on day one. She would literally try to talk to him about fucking normal stuff, and the guy would constantly be like, go clean. If he said that shit to me, alright. Put some gloves on. But anyway, she tries to go and work for the Baroness as a sketch artist, and the Baroness starts to talk more about her past and how she had this woman that worked for her in the past, which we found out is actually Estella's mom. And she says that she sent her dogs to go and kill her because she was asking for money. And after hearing those words, Estella, or could I say Cruella now, lit a fire in her eyes. From that day, most of the movie became about just flexing and like trying to just be a dickhead to ruin her fashion magazine. It was kind of funny. It just felt like a British Mean Girls sometimes. For example, at this event, the Baroness was supposed to go and show off this new dress that Estella sketched out for her. But during this event, the Baroness had previously shown to Estella a necklace that belonged to her mom, that her mom was supposed to give, but the Baroness took the necklace from her and has it in a safe in the mansion. So she sends her friends to go and retrieve the safe to make a distraction. Cruella decides to just do a little bit of pyromancy. It's kind of confused on how she's not like burned to crisp, but hey, You do you, player. She starts assaulting people by she has a cane. She just casually just like hitting these bodyguards. The Baroness tells her that she's fucked. She's instantly fucked and she's gonna be arrested. And she was actually wearing the freaking necklace. They sent Ratatouille and all of his cousins to go and do a bunch of mayhem, and it worked. She went and ran away, which honestly, it makes me think. Honestly, criminals before the invention of forensics and cameras, all this bullshit to track it down. Those criminals, they suck. They deserve to be freaking in the jail just off being captured. But anyway, Cruella decides to repeat these hitting ass shenanigans like 4 or 5 times. The Baroness is like, alright, since you want to be a little hoe about all of this, she decides to commit home invasion on Estella's house and decides to frame the boys for Estella's murder by burning down her house. One of the Baroness people went and saved Cruella from the fire because this dude was like, this bitch is tweaking. What the hey, you chill like that. You chill like that. I miss with you. So the final plan of Cruella was to commit a final flex at the end of the Baroness's career. She decided to go to the Leaf Village and go and steal the same scroll that Naruto took to get the 1000 shadow clone jutsu so that she could go and send her clones at the mansion. The Baroness, she can feel in the air the hating ass energy that Estella had for her, and she starts to tweak out saying, nah, this bitch is still alive. And she finally sees Estella or Cruella. She tried to offer her a bigger position to work with her, but this was a whole play to just push her off the freaking cliff. But you know what? That was worth it, because look at her, she got exposed! This woman is already on her way to write the Twitter thread. And for Cruella, shorty, don't even worry, cause she had a freaking parachute in her dress for some reason. Mary Poppins type beat.